And we're taking a brief delay. They had an emergency situation in the grandstand area, so they're taking care of that at this time. Somebody got just a little bit too close to the fence, I believe, and took a hit with a dirt clod, so we hope that they're going to be okay. So we're going to take care of that before we bring the cars back up to speed. Corey Hedgecock in the 23 car competing tonight, not only with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series, but also with the Crate Racing USA late model. He won the late model feature last night for Crate Racing USA with the 604 power plant by 5 seconds over his nearest, 8 seconds over his nearest competitor. And he is a multi-time champion of Crate Racing USA. So Corey Hedgecock going to be busy tonight. Those of you that watched the World 100 probably noticed Corey Hedgecock as he kind of stepped on the national stage and did a great job up at the World 100 with a fourth-place finish and a prelim night win. Now we're back up to speed with green flag action in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Ashton Winger flirting with that berm up in 3 and 4. Winger's a high flyer, runs that outside groove most of the time. There is Seawright getting a little squirrely off of 4. Those are your two drivers battling for second and trying to stay with Brandon Overton in the championship hunt. Championship pays $50,000 to the champion, $25,000 for second. So those two drivers with a lot of money on the line as they head back to the pit area, as that completes Dirt Draft Hot Laps for Group A. Now we will go to Group B. This is the second half of the field as they pull out of the pit area. First car out is going to be the 17M, the familiar number of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame inductee, Dale McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia. He's in the Easy Go Bloomquist chassis. Last night's winner in the 74K, Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. Not only was he the winner last night, he's also the defending champion of the Saturday night event here on NASCAR Weekend. He'll be going for the sweep, and we'll be riding with him. There's the onboard shot. Joe's Racing Products onboard shot right over the shoulder of last night's winner, Ethan Dotson. There's the 57 car. Took a win a couple of weeks ago at Thunder Hill Raceway in Summertown, Tennessee. And he's currently fourth in the point standings, Zach Mitchell. He's out of Honoree, South Carolina. Clay Hood, SoCar Chemical, Colton Farms entry. There's your number 5 machine for Chase Oliver out of Crossville, Alabama. The 212 is the 2023 champion for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. And he is currently 6th in the point standings. Josh Putnam out of Florence, Alabama as the green flag comes out. Also out on the speedway, car number 11M, David McCoy out of Franklin, North Carolina. Also out there, the 05R car of Corey Roulette out of Dahlonega, Georgia. There's last night's winner. You see him in the upper left as he goes around the racetrack. You're riding with him in the lower right as we double box. Last night's winner, Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. ASD Motorsports providing the ride for last night's winner, Ethan Dotson. He comes in from Bakersfield, California, and drives for this southeastern-based racing team. Coming out next in the T1 car out of Signal Mountain, Tennessee, it's Heath Heineman. In the M2 car, currently battling for the ATC Bolts Rookie of the Year title, him and the 388 of Jackson Highs. This is Caden Mullinex out of Birmingham, Alabama, in the M2 car. There's the 31 car. That'll be Tyler Millwood out of Kingston, Georgia. Car number 71, Cody Haskins out of Marietta, Georgia. In the 1C machine, that'll be Kenny Collins, a new entry tonight. He comes to us out of Colbert, Georgia. And the 66K, Dylan Knowles out of Lynette, Alabama. He was running in the top 3 last night, spun late in the race, so he's got the way around Talladega short track. Car just a little bit loose. They look at the T1, Heath Heineman. There's the M2, Caden Mullinex, cut his teeth here at Talladega short track. Third generation driver, grandson of the late great Jerry Goodwin. So he has got a lot of racing genes running through his veins. Next group rolling out on the speedway. Third and final group of hot laps. We'll have the Crate Racing USA late models coming up next, and we'll turn it over to Cody Early. Driving the 05 car out of Center, Alabama. That'll be T.J. Britton. T.J. moving up the crate rank through the crate ranks to super late models, as has the driver of the C6 car, Oakley Johns out of Hohenwald, Tennessee. Oakley Johns, a former Crate Racing USA National Weekly Racing Series champion. In the 19M, that'll be Spencer Hughes out of Meridian, Mississippi. And in the 10H car, Caden Honeycutt, Craftsman Truck Series driver out of Bridge City, Texas, as we go green. And some smoke coming out of the back of that 10M car. Trey Mills in the 14 Junior. He's from St. Augustine, Florida. Was some close quarters action. This is just hot laps, guys. It doesn't pay anything. But where you can pick your dirt draft teams through dirt draft hot laps. You've seen just about every car on the speedway. Seen every one of the 39 drivers. So caution flag is out. And that'll do it for hot laps. For the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series, they'll be back out for My Race Pass qualifying in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
Thank you, Roby. It is the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Creek Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series making their way out onto the racing surface for night number 2 of the 4th Annual Red Farmer Tribute. Hello and good evening, race fans. My name is Cody Early, the voice of the Creek Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. Cars are out on the racetrack. The first car we show you, that is last year's Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year. He comes in tied, currently second in the point standings coming into tonight. That is Super Mario Gresham out of Rome, Georgia. Rome, Georgia is where Mario Gresham calls home. Next beside him in the 3D, that'll be Justin Jacobs. He's out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. His cars will take the green here in this hot lap session. Doug Vandenbrink joined us late last night in the 19V. You see him on your screen. Once again, just a simple hot lap session for the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Creek Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. There you see John Wengie out of Harrisburg, South Dakota, making the trip here to the Hornets' Nest. There you see the 46, the blue and white 46. That'll be Diesel Jones. 2 B-Main wins in our last 2 events going back to East Alabama. And then last night, he is battling door-to-door with the 66K. That will be Jody Knowles. He comes out of Tyrone, Georgia. As group number 1 will see their hot lap session come to an end. Good timing by the camera crew with HuntTheFront.tv. The 5 car that just went off, he is fastest after that first group comes on. 14.318. Fast time for Mike Combs. Diesel Jones was second quick. Mario Gresham was third fastest out of that first group that assembled onto the racing surface. Tonight is race 14 of the 2024 campaign. As we roll into the Talladega short track last night, if you were with us, it was Corey Hitchcock for the 4th time in a row capturing a series win here at the Talladega short track. We will see if he can complete the sweep of this event once again. You'll have some challengers, though. The 46 you first saw on your screen, that's Bryson Mitchell out of Russellville, Alabama. We'll flip the switch to the 22. That is Austin Franklin. He's out of Calera, Alabama, and a Hinder Power Rocket with Franklin Enterprises on the side of that 22. The B87 that rolls out onto the racetrack onto the back straightaway. One of the drivers that joined us late last night, got here a little late in the evening, that's Briar Cheatham out of Ponte Leon, Florida. And the 134 cruising his way on the back straightaway. That is another one of the new entries that we've got here this evening. The 134 machine, that'll be Kyle Smith. He's out of Clanton, Alabama. How about this? The youngster Jake Rainey has 1 career win to his credit, and it came right here in 2022. Last night, runner-up to Corey Hitchcock. How about some notes for Jake Rainey? His second place finish last night. That was his 10th career top 5. His first top 5 with the series since he did it back at Magnolia in 2022. There is Josh Atkins. And speaking of Corey Hitchcock, there is Corey coming into the night. It has been 735 days since somebody won a series race here at Talladega that was not named Corey Hitchcock. Who was it? Michael Page did it back on October 1st of 2022. And the F97, the Red Farmer throwback, Lee Burnett piloting the Hueytown, Alabama number F97 with a NASCAR Hall of Famer Red Farmer. Beautiful look as he rolls down the back straightaway. Corey Hitchcock top of the board, 14.138, 14.138. Bryson Mitchell second at a 14.268, second quickest. As the yellow flag will come out, this session will see their hot lap group come to a close. Of course, we got to thank the marketing partners with the series that make the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Creek Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series go up and down the highways. Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts, Chevrolet Performance, Hoosier Racing Tires, VP Racing Fuels, VP Racing Lubricants, KRC Power Steering, Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, Willie's Carburetor and Dyno Shop, Competition Racing Equipment, Cruise with the Champion, Savage Chassis, BMF Race Cars, Velocita by Melissa Markowitz, Eagle Racing Engines, Hickman Manufacturing, ATC Bolts and Fasteners, the official Hard Charger sponsor, Stack Products by CB Racing Products, and Sin City Bail Bonds. The 66 down in 1 and 2, 118 career starts for the driver out of Rome, Georgia. The 2019 Series champion, that is Jake Knowles in the 66. Behind him in the 15M, out of Douglasville, Georgia, in the Race Tech capital, that is the 15 of Marty Massey. Marty Massey in the 15. There sets the current points leader coming into the night. It is Jimmy Thomas who controls the points lead over Matt Henderson and Mario Gresham. 48 points separates those two from Jimmy. He is the 2021 Series champion. Another driver chasing him, the current Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year points leader out of Williamson, Georgia. That is Matt Dooley in the 18. Matt Dooley in the 18. Another Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year candidate out of Byhalia, Mississippi, the J. Dickens Scorpion of Josh Ray. Josh Ray in the 77. Field continuing to filter its way. There is the 2002 Series champion out of Maryville, Georgia. He would like to wash away last night. That is a two-time Ice Bowl winner. It's Jason Welshin and the Pro-Built Savage. He would like to make up for what happened last night. Didn't make the show, and that's shocking for that 01 not to be in the feature at the end of the night. There's Dalton Dowdy. He's out of Madison, Alabama. 17 career starts for him over his career. He'd like to put himself in the show. And Patrick Michelle, he'll be in the USA 1. The Scorpion chassis for the driver out of Bell Chassis, Louisiana. Vic Jr. Trucking and BTR on the side of that number 1 machine. Jimmy Thomas, fast time, 14.096. How about that for the points leader? A few more cars we want to talk about. That's David Kay. He's currently second in the Talladega Short Track Weekly Point Standings. He's out of Lincoln, Alabama. The Race Tech Longhorn, Alabama Pole Barns, In-N-Out Welders, K5. So Jimmy Thomas, top of the board at a 14.096. Corey Hitchcock still second. Bryson Mitchell third. Marty Massey, pretty sporty at fourth. And Matt Dooley will round out your top 5. Last night, it was Corey Hitchcock, though. At one point, had a 6-second advantage over second place Jake Rainey. Went on to take that 6-second advantage to cash in on his 22nd career win. He is now only 7 wins behind the all-time series win leader in the Chattanooga Flash, Ronnie Johnson, who has 29. Corey Hitchcock, can he cut that down to only 6? We'll find out as the night goes on. There's the 17. That is Adam Gaulding, the Race Tech Rocket XR1, Surf Pro at Talladega, the Cali Crew, number 17. As he works his way on to the back straightaway, there's the 3 car. That'll be Asheville, Alabama's Heath Carr, the Eagle-powered BMF car logging, number 3. Another one of the drivers going to try to make his way into the feature tonight. Missed last night. Of course, half the field went home. The guy, I would say the hard luck of the night award goes to that driver right there. That is the 2020 Crate Racing USA Series champion. Had a left front tire go flat on that 00. I'm talking about the Hawkinsville Hustler out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, in that Rocket XR1. Will Harrington in the 00. Had that left front tire and just kind of ruined the rest of his night in that feature. There's the 22 of Matt Henderson coming into the night, currently tied for that second place in the point standings. Matt Henderson trying to snap, of course, a streak of winless streak. He and a few others. Matt Henderson, it's been 1,099 days since he went to Victory Lane. He did it right here in 2021 at Talladega. He would love to put a win in the column tonight. There's Tyler Millwood in the 31. We'll shift over to the 44. And that would be Cody Haskins, a previous Sonoa track champion, in that 44 car. So right now it's still Jimmy Thomas. Never mind. Bubba rolling top of the board. 13.946 for the Ghost. He is currently second in the Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year race, and Bubba just went to the top at a 13.946. He was one of the drivers last night trying to get the top side of this racetrack to come in. He got turn 1 and 2 dialed in, but he couldn't quite get to the top side of turns 3 and 4, and Bubba just put his exclamation point on his run so far, 13.946, and that will be the fastest overall in our hot lap session for the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. As the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman get ready to come out, we'll turn it back over to Late Model Mark.
About ready to roll out the open wheel modifieds here at Talladega Short Track. We have a very nice field of 27 modifieds tonight. This has been one of those very competitive divisions each and every Saturday night on a weekly basis. We're going to go over the points of this division here momentarily. Your points leader right now will be the 0-7 of Steve Pate. He's on top of the heap with Jamie Gowers, Lonnie Newton, Shane Griffith, and Joseph Champion, your top 5 in points. Once again, 27 cars. We're going to have them come out, I believe, 4 or 5 at a time, as we're going to do hot laps / group qualifying here to try to abbreviate the time. These cars are powered by the GM Performance Parts 602 sealed crate engines. They weigh a rather hefty 2,500 pounds and change. They have very, very hard Hoosier tires to make them last. They have all the suspension bells and whistles of most of the late models. They're a rather competitive division, to say the least. And we've had some great racing in the modified. As you see the first batch come over the hill. Once again, this is group qualifying, I believe. Should be 5 cars strong. We have Jamie Gowers in the 25 out of Vincent, Shane Griffith out of Atala in the 110, Caden Contrell out of Lineville in the C7, Zachary Matthews in the 15, and the 59 of Brett Gardner. Nothing like coming off the trailer and qualifying. Track record is David Kay at a 15:27. Right now, Jamie Gowers is on top of the heap with a 15:68. These first 5 cars of 27. Hot lap qualifying with the Great Racing USA Modifieds here at the Talladega Short Track on night number 2 in NASCAR weekend. Now, you watch the Z15. You can see it on the hunt the front of Zachary Matthews. Boy, he was sparking up some brakes going into the corners. You might get a chance to see him as he goes into turn number 1, this white flag lap. Checking out the Z15 as he goes in the left rear. Hey, both of them are sparking. Nice and tight brakes. There you see the number 110 there of Shane Griffith out of Atala. He's one of the strong runners on a weekly Saturday night basis here at Talladega Short Track. So out of that quick group, so far we still got 1 car to go through the timing system. Jamie Gowers is on top with a 15:59. Jamie Gowers has won a few shows here at Talladega Short Track in the 2024 season. Brett Gardner was second quick. The second 5 coming out will be Bradley Willingham out of Dora, Alabama in the 55. Steady Eddie Brannon out of Anniston in the 99. Austin Gonzalez out of Temple, Georgia in the number 5. Joseph Champion, J7. He's out of Heflin. And Dan Ferguson out of Rockmart, Georgia in the 65. The second 5 of qualifying for the Crate Racing USA Modifieds here on the Saturday night. Once again, the track record is a 15:27 set by David Kay 4 years ago. That's a pretty stout number, ladies and gentlemen, to say the very least. As they get the green flag here for modified qualifying. Next up out on the racetrack, Bradley Willingham. I did not get. Oh, yes, he did. He got a very nice time. Still, Jamie Gowers on top of the heat with a 15:55. Brett Gardner second with 15:86. And Shane Griffith. This 5 has not threatened the top time of Jamie Gowers as of yet. Still got a couple of laps to go. These cars seem to perform really, really nice when the track dries out and widens up. Not necessarily super dry slick, but they do seem to perform better when it's a little on the less heavy side. Austin Gonzalez, he moves second on the pile with a 15:83, but still Jamie Gowers has nearly 3/10 on the field as of right now. Checkered flag. Final couple of timers there. There's Steady Eddie Brandon. Gowers still on top. Austin Gonzalez second. So the quickest in that group is Austin Gonzalez with a 15:83. He's out of Temple, Georgia. Next 5 coming out on the track. It'll be Travis Smith out of Rockmart, Georgia in the number 23. Luke Riddle former weekly modified national champion and a strong runner wherever he goes, out of Hartselle, Alabama in the 28. Donald Johns out of Summertown, Tennessee in the C66. Chris Fennell out of Buchanan, Georgia in the number 7. And Jared Gray, a local guy out of Raglan, Alabama in the 44. Is that a beautiful ride of Travis Smith right there, that one source paint and body machine? Just a gorgeous modified. There's Luke Riddle in the 28. 66 of Donald Johns. And the number 7 of Chris Fennell. Chris Fennell ran with us last night in the limited late model division. You can always tell when one of them gray boys come out on the track because they always have checkers on top. Beautiful looking modified, that number 44. All right, green is out for their qualifying run. Third set of 5 here for the modifieds on this Saturday night. NASCAR weekend, night number 2 at the Hornets' Nest, better known as the Talladega Short Track. Now, the modifieds did not race with us last night. They were off. They come in for the big Saturday night show here tonight at TST. Still, Jamie Gower's on top of the heap. He was in the first 5 that came out, and he's got about almost 3/10 on the rest of the field as far as qualifying. Not so fast. Luke Riddle, he is second quick now with a 1580. Still almost a 2.5 advantage for Jamie Gowers, but Luke Riddle in that number 28 out of Hartselle, former weekly national champion for the modifieds, has gone on second quick on the pile. We got one modified that's at the bottom of turn number 2 to bring out the yellow flag. That was the number 66 ride of Donald Johns, having a little trouble at the bottom of turn number 2. Right after modifieds, we'll have the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Late Model Series qualifying sessions for the 2 groups. So Super Late Models, group number 1. We need the staging lanes, please. Super Late Models, group number 1 to the staging lanes. There you're watching one of them gray boys. That's Jared Gray in that 44. He knows how to run up at the front on that checkered over black number 44. Do a little bouncy in turns 1 and 2. Still Jamie Gowers quick, Luke Riddle second, Austin Gonzalez, Brett Gardner, and Travis Smith. So the number 23 of Travis Smith has moved into the top 5 of time. And final checkered flag. Next set of 5 coming out. We'll have Brett Gray out of Temple, Georgia, in the number 17. Brett Powell, I like the name of this town, Social Circle, Georgia. I've never heard of that one before, but that sounds pretty good. That's Brent Powell in the number 5. Lonnie Newton out of Raglan in the number 2. Joe Morgan out of Atala, Alabama in the 29. And Steve Pate, our point leader in the 07. He comes from right down the road in Heflin, Alabama. Ooh, you can see Smith, boop. He doinked the wall coming out of turn number 4. That was just a doink, Roby. It wasn't a kabam. It was a doink. He doinked the wall. Yep, I think doinks are easier to fix. A kabam usually may have to back half the ride. All right, the next 5, once again, Brett Gray in the 17, Brett Powell in the 5, Lonnie Newton in the 2, JoJo Morgan in the 29, and 07 of Steve Pate. Steve Pate had a run where he won a couple in a row on Saturday nights. He's been very, very hard to beat in that 07 machine. All right, our 4th set of 5 is on the clocks. Brett Gray in the 17, he's a strong runner. He runs in the top 5 all the time whenever he comes over to Talladega Short Track. keep your eye on that 07 of Steve Pate. He said he's won a bunch of shows here in the last couple of months. And he, I think, is going to be in the top 5 of time by the way he's getting around the corners. We shall find out. None of these drivers in this fourth set of 5 have cracked the top 5. Well, just as I say that, Brett Gray goes second on the board with a 15.59. That's only 4 hundredths off of Jamie Gower's 15.55. So Brett Gray in that black number 17 on second on the pile. And you're watching the 01 machine. On the Hunt the Front broadcast, there's Steve Pate in the 07. So a nice run for Brett Gray, second on the board. Next 5 coming out. Be Corey Hillman out of Douglasville, Georgia. He's got a couple of wins here at TST in the 01. Evan Lancaster out of Tallapoosa, Georgia in the 9. Tyler Hurst, he's also got a couple of wins, not only in the modifieds, but in the factory stocks. He's out of Lineville in the 25. Lance Postel out of Rockmount, Georgia in the 774. And Parker Thompson out of Talladega, Alabama in the T7. Little interesting story. Parker Thompson is a very, very young driver. He really conducts himself well on and off the racetrack. And he really learned how to build his car because he built that thing with a little bit of help, but he did most of the building. A teenager building a modified chassis. Right there, you see the T7 of Parker Thompson. Very impressive young man, to say the very least. There's the 774 you see on the live stream. That's Lance Postel out of Rockmart, Georgia. Attention in the grandstands. If you were visiting the ladies' restroom, you left your phone. We had so many ladies leave their phones in the restroom. Yes, I am wearing gloves. So if you've lost a phone in the ladies' restroom, and I've got disinfectant, Roby, you lost a phone in the ladies' restroom, and I assume you're a lady. At least I hope you are. Lincoln PD would want to talk to you. I have your phone up here in the top level of the tower in the announcer's booth. So if you lost a phone, and I can see on your phone you've got it's a picture of 2 ladies. And come on up and identify it. And it's definitely got girly glitter on it. So come on up and we'll give you back your phone. So the next 5 of modifieds out of the track for their qualifications. We need Hunt the Front Super Dirt Late models to the staging lanes for group number 1 qualifying. Tyler Hurst, no surprise here. Tyler Hurst goes top of the board in that number 25 with a 15.48. That's 7 hundredths quicker than Jamie Gower's 15.55. Tyler Hurst is one mean hombre when he comes to racing here at Talladega Short Track. He knows to get around this track. A nice 15.48. Remember the track record here, ladies and gentlemen, is a 15.27. He's just a couple of tenths off the track record. So it's Tyler Hurst, Jamie Gowers, Brett Gray, Luke Riddle, and Austin Gonzalez. Those are your top 5 qualifiers. Nice shot on the live stream as they come out of turn number 4 under the flag stand. So Tyler Hurst right now is on top of the board, and he goes even quicker with a 15.38 to put him on top of the heap. So a nice job for the driver, that number 25, Tyler Hurst. Now, normally these modifieds do not qualify on a regular Saturday night. They do a pill draw, run heat races, and where you finish in your heat races. If you're in the first heat race, they only have 2, and you win it, you're in the inside front row. Second heat, you're on the outside front row, and so on and so forth. I believe that does wrap it up for modifieds. We had 25 take time. Now we're going to turn it over to the man who is a legend in dirt late model racing, and he's a good guy, and we cut up a lot. Mr. Roby Horn Roby Helm will be announcing the super late models. Take it over, Roby.
Cars rolling down on pit road. They will come across the scales. Make sure that they make the required weight. Make sure they are in order as they prepare Group B or Group A and B. We'll have B out after we do Group A, of course. Okay. And we are still looking in live on Facebook and X and Instagram and all that good stuff. So you still have time to put your teams together. Stay under the $100,000 cap of play money. Speaking of money, don't forget to see Julianne. Julianne is going around the stands selling those 50-50 tickets. Make sure you buy 1, buy 2, buy 10, buy 50. She'll make you a great deal on them. If you buy 1, it's $1. I think you can buy 5 for $8. 5, you get 8 tickets. $10, you get 20 tickets. You want to keep going up from there, she'll keep making you a good deal. So she'll be going around the grandstand selling those 50-50 tickets, and you might win a big wad of cash tonight if you've got the winning ticket. So the first 2-3 cars are in staging, ready to go. We'll qualify them 2 at a time. 2 laps on the clock. Best of the 2 laps will count as their official time. Walker Greer from Parts Unknown forgot to put down his hometown. We'll just say for administrative purposes, he's from East Timoga, Alabama. Got him a new home tonight. Walker Greer in the W1 car. Austin Smith will be next out of Cedartown, Georgia. He'll be followed by the P1 of Andy Picklesheimer from Ottawa, Tennessee. Milton, Florida's Joseph Joyner will be the 4th car out, and 5th out will be the B00, the Boo Crew. Josh Henry out of Newport, Tennessee. And we'll be rolling them shortly as soon as we get everything cleared. Looks like we are clear up in turn 4. I don't believe we're waiting on anybody, so we'll be underway shortly. And our first car rolling out on the speedway. Group A qualifying for Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series as we get down to business here on the Red Farmer Tribute Night. I'm Roby Helm, and I'll be calling out those times for you. There is Walker Greer on the clock in the W1 car. Working his first of 2 qualification laps, as is Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia in the 11A. So we'll go down my race pass first last time. 14.022 for Austin Smith. Walker Greer 15.107. As they come down to complete lap 2, we double box them for you. Neither one is faster on their second lap. So Austin Smith sets down the mark to shoot for 14.022 seconds. Walker Greer's first lap time 15.107. That will be second quick as our next 2 cars roll out on the speedway. There's the P1 car out of Ottawa, Tennessee. That'll be Squirt. Andy Picklesheimer. That's his nickname, Squirt, as he comes down to take the green flag to begin his 2-lap qualification run. He'll be joined by the Kubota Capital Race Cars, number 10, of Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida. White flag coming out for Andy Picklesheimer. He'll go to the top of the charts at 13.974. First lap time for Joseph Joyner. Third quick at 14.029. Andy Picklesheimer, lap 2, not as quick. He'll stand on the 13.974. Joseph Joyner, lap 2, not as good. He'll stand on his first lap, 14.029. Next two cars rolling out on the speedway in the upper left. If you're watching on huntthefront.tv, that'll be the B00 at Josh Henry out of Newport, Tennessee. The Henry Trucking, Cantrell Trucking entry. He'll be followed out by the 9 car, Jason Croft out of Woodstock, Georgia. He'll be in the box in your lower right. Both drivers on the clock. White flag coming out for Josh Henry. Lap number 1. It'll be fourth quick, 14.432 seconds. First lap time, Jason Croft. He'll go fourth quick at 14.277 seconds. Checkered flag coming out for Josh Henry. Completes lap number 2. Not as quick. Jason Croft coming down to finish up his second lap. He'll go a little quicker on lap 2, still fourth quick at 14.235 seconds. Getting set to roll out our next two cars. In the 18X car out of Douglasville, Georgia. The Baird Transportation 18X for Michael Page. He'll be joined on the speedway by the driver of car number 38 out of Gadsden, Alabama, the Tidmore Construction A&G Excavating Longhorn for Dylan Tidmore. Michael Page, a multi-time Ice Bowl champion, goes to the top of the list at 13.718 seconds. Dylan Tidmore, he'll go second quick at 13.828. Michael Page, lap number 2. It's faster. 13.510. Dylan Tidmore not as quick on lap 2, but he'll still be second quick on his first lap at 13.828 seconds. Andy Picklesheimer third quick. Austin Smith fourth fastest. Joseph Joyner fifth quick. As we await our next two competitors. In the 376 car out of Hollywood, Alabama, that is. Hollywood, Alabama resident Mark Bangs in the 376. Frequent flyer here at Talladega Short Track, as is the driver of car number 25 out of Anniston, Alabama, former track champion in the Super Late Models, Tim Roselle, a former Ice Bowl champion as well. Both drivers on the clock. They'll be coming down to Will Dyke's white flag to complete lap number 1. Mark Bangs, 8th quick at 14.986. Tim Roselle goes 6th fastest at 14.081. Checkered flag coming out on lap 2 for Mark Bangs. He'll be faster, still 9th quick at 14.968. And Tim Roselle not as quick on lap 2. He'll remain 6th fastest at 14.081. Coming up next, the driver of car number 11 out of Evans, Georgia, the Wells Motorsports Muscle Factory Infinity with a Clements Power Plant, Brandon Overton. You're saying, Roby, you're crazy. Brandon Overton drives car number 76. Well, at the World 100, he debuted this wrap for Wells Motorsports, their traditional wrap, and it comes out 11 when you look at the two L's. 388 Rookie of the Year point leader. It'll be Jackson Heiss out of Ocala, Florida. He's in the Triple Crown Trailers, down to earth, Black Diamond. Brandon Overton to the top of the list, 13.461 seconds. Jackson Heiss 8th quick on lap 1, 14.141. Brandon Overton not as quick on lap 2. Jackson Heiss not as quick on lap 2, but Brandon Overton lays down the new mark to shoot for, 13.461. Michael Page now second quick. Dylan Tidmore third fastest. Andy Picklesheimer fourth quick. And fifth fastest, the 11A of Austin Smith. Next two cars rolling out on the speedway. Car number 79, a dirt and pavement specialist out of Navarre, Florida. The 79 is Kyle Bryant. And in the 219 car, it's Gavin Cowan out of Rincon, Georgia. It looks like number 2. But after the 2, there's an itty-bitty 1 and a 9 as Kyle Bryant has trouble up in turn number 4 to bring out the caution flag. So Kyle Bryant comes to a stop at the head of the front straightaway, just past the opening to pit road. Now gets it going again. So trouble on lap 1 for the 79 of Kyle Bryant. If you're just tuning in, we got a little bit of a late start as they completely reworked turns 3 and 4 to try to give them a little more racing room up there, and it gave the berm up there a lot of character. Now we'll get back to green flag action in my race pass qualifying for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Kyle Bryant at 14.641. And the 219, Gavin Cowan will go fourth quick on his second lap, 13.940. Next out in car number 16. Currently third in the Hunt the Front National Point Standings, it'll be Sam Searide out of Fort Payne, Alabama, the Troy Baird Truck and Trailer Service Longhorn. And in car number 59 from Connorsville, Tennessee, the Journey Logging Special for Dillard Hatchett. Sam Seawright goes fourth quick on lap 1, 13.838. Dillard Hatchett fifth quick at 13.904. Working their second of 2 qualifying laps. They'll be coming down for the checkered flag this time by Sam Seawright better on lap 2. It'll be third quick at 13.787 seconds. Dillard Hatchett rather quicker in his second lap, 13.893. That's good for fifth quick. Coming out next in car number 28. Out of New London, North Carolina, it'll be Carson Brown. And in the 23 car, Corey Hedgecock. Out of Loudon, Tennessee, the BMF race cars, Eagle Racing Engines, BMF house car. Corey Hedgecock, 11th quick at 14.109. Carson Brown, 14.44. Lap 2, Corey Hedgecock brings it up to third quick at 13.589. 28, Carson Brown is ninth quick at 13.985 on his second lap. Last 2 qualifiers in Group A. Car number 12, currently second in the point standings out of Hampton, Georgia. The Jeff Matthews Motorsports Kurz Kaiser Manufacturing Rocket for Ashton Winger. 27 is Lucas Burns out of Italia, Alabama. Ashton Winger coming down to complete lap number 1. Did not get a time on the clock as he's got the Joe's Racing Products onboard camera. Let's see if we can get him on lap 2. 14.385 on his first lap. Not as good on lap 2 for Ashton Winger. Well, we take that back. Ashton Winger 10th quick at 14.002 on his first lap. Not as good on lap 2. Now the timing and scoring blinks again. So scratch that. We'll get it straightened out here just a minute. But right now, it looks like your fast qualifier in car number 11 with a time of 13.461 seconds out of Evans, Georgia. How about a nice round of applause for your My Race Pass fast qualifier for Group A, big, sexy Brandon Overton. So I had some timing and scoring issues with Ashton Winger in the 12 car and the 27. Lucas Burns did not get a time on him, our last two qualifiers. And now it blinks again. Ashton Winger, car number 12, sixth fastest. Second lap, the better of the two at 13.867. And still no time on Lucas Burns. But we do have Ashton Winger straightened out. So now we will go to Group B qualifying. Those cars will be rolling into the infield. We'll give you the top five rundown. We said Ashton Winger was sixth. Of course, Brandon Overton, your quick qualifier. Michael Page, 18X in Group A. Second quick. Third quick, Corey Hitchcock, car number 23. Fourth fastest, Sam Seawright in car number 16. Fifth quick, Dylan Tidmore in the 38. Winger in sixth. Seventh is Dillard Hatchett in the 59 car. Eighth quick, the 219, and Gavin Cowan. Andy Pickelsheimer in the P1 car, ninth fastest, and 10th quick, Carson Brown in car number 28. Qualifying, setting these lineups for our 4 8-lap heat races that will be coming up later on this evening. So Brandon Overton will be on the pole, I believe, with heat number 1. Our heat race winners will be going to the Jericho Transmissions redraw area at Victory Lane, where our Nathan Waddell will be handing them a bag that they'll be reaching into. They'll pull out a gear. Each gear will have a number on it. There's 4 gears in there, numbered 1 through 4. So whichever number they draw, that's how they will start tonight's 50-lap, $15,097 to win 50-lap feature event. Brandon Overton, last night's My Race Pass Fast qualifier, his 4th of the season. Of course, we mentioned earlier, he has championship aspirations tonight. If he leaves Talladega Short Track tonight with over a 100-point lead, he just has to show up at the next 2 races to cash in the $50,000 top prize. First qualifier, Group B, coming out on the speedway in car number 57 out of Honoree, South Carolina, the Clary Hood. SoCar Chemical, Colton Farms, Longhorn. It'll be Zach Mitchell. He'll be followed on the speedway by the driver of car number 5 out of Crossville, Alabama, Chase Oliver. Zach Mitchell, lap number 1, a 13.876. Chase Oliver, 14.233 on lap 1. Zach Mitchell, quicker on lap 2, 13.609. 13.609. Chase Oliver, not as quick on lap 2, 14.233. So the overall time to beat, Brandon Overton. And we got the 5-car replay. God, just a little smidge on the wall there. Car still rolling across the scales in the infield. And back underway, car number 11M, David McCoy out of Franklin, North Carolina. Caution light flashing back on. Okay. A little trickery from the 11 of David McCoy. He did not come down and take the green, so he can turn around, get a running start at lap number 1. Joining him on the track, also backing up to give himself some room, National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame inductee in the 17M, Dale McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia in the Easy Go Bloomquist chassis. White flag coming out for David McCoy. He'll go second quick at 14.031. Dale McDowell, lap number 1. He'll go to the top of the list at 13.520. David McCoy not as quick on lap 2. He'll be third quick. 14.031. Dale McDowell, lap number 2. It's faster. 13.498. Not as quick as Brandon Overton's quick time in Group A. But Dale McDowell setting up the mark to shoot for in Group B at 13.498 seconds. Coming out next, last night's winner in the 74X. It'll be Nathan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. Defending race champion. The 212, the defending Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion, the 212 of Josh Putnam out of Florence, Alabama. Lap 1, Josh Putnam, third quick, 14.019. First lap time for the 74X. Quick time so far at 13.485. Second lap, Josh Putnam quicker, but still fourth quick at 13.905. Ethan Dotson not as quick on lap 2, but his first lap time puts him at the provisional top of Group B qualifying at 13.485 seconds. Awaiting our next duo to roll out on the speedway. The 05R car, Corey Roulette out of Dahlonega, Georgia. He'll be followed out on the speedway by the T1 car, Heath Hindman, coming to us out of Signal Mountain, Tennessee. So the green flag is out for Corey Roulette. Heath Hindman on the clock in the T1 car. Corey Roulette, lap number 1. 14.828. He's part of the missing data family. And trouble for Heath Hindman in the T1. Comes to a stop at the head of the front straightaway. So, coming down to complete lap number 1, it's going to be Corey Roulette. 14.828. And again, trouble for the T1 as it slows in turn 4. He says, forget it. I'm going to the pits. Tough break for Heath Hindman in the T1 car, so having some issues with that automobile. So Corey Roulette going to get another lap. So he's going to come down for the white flag. Already turned in a 14.828. Heath Hindman, for those of you keeping score at home, 39.657. Corey Roulette, 14.310. Faster on lap 2, but still 7th quick out of 8 cars that have been out on the racetrack. Coming out next in the 1C automobile, out of Colbert, Georgia. First night out here at Talladega Short Track with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Kenny Collins in the 1C. Car number 31 out of Kingston, Georgia, the Millwood Plumbing entry for Tyler Millwood. Coming down for the white flag, Kenny Collins, 7th quick, 14.286 seconds. And the 31, Tyler Millwood will be 6th fastest at 14.219. Lap 2 for Kenny Collins, not as quick. He'll stand on a 14.286, 8th quick. And Tyler Millwood, not as quick on lap 2. Lap 1, 14.219 will leave him 6th fastest. Next 2 cars to roll out, the 66K ran up front early in last night's main event, only to spin in turn 4. Out of Lynette, Alabama in the 66K, second-generation driver Dylan Knowles in the 71 car. Coming to us out of Marietta, Georgia in the KRC entry, it'll be Cody Haskins. Dylan Knowles, 6th quick on lap 1, 14.151. Cody Haskins, 9th quick at 14.249. Dylan Knowles not as fast on lap 2. Cody Haskins not as quick on lap number 2. So it'll be Dylan Knowles, 6th quick at 14.151. 9th quick, the 71. Cody Haskins at 14.249 seconds. Next 2 cars to roll out in the M2 car. Currently 9th overall in the point standing, 2nd in the ATC Bolts Rookie of the Year points out of Birmingham, Alabama. The CRM Motors ASC Warranty Special for Caden Mullinex. In the 05 car out of Center, Alabama, it'll be TJ Britton. Caden Mullinex, 13th quick at 14.612 seconds. TJ Britton, 4th quick on lap 1. Lap 2, not as quick. 13.843 seconds. 4th quick for TJ Britton. Coming up next in the 14 junior. Out of St. Augustine, Florida, currently 7th in the point standings in the Mills Concrete Integra Shocks Black Diamond. It'll be Trey Mills. He'll be joined on the speedway by the driver of car number 46 out of Alabaster, Alabama, Chris Jones. Trey Mills off at turn 4 to complete lap number 1. Trey Mills 7th quick at 14.031 seconds. Faster on lap 2. Trey Mills will go 6th quick at 13.946 seconds. Chris Jones, 15th fastest out of 16 qualifiers at 14.376 seconds. 3 cars left in line coming out in the 19M car from Meridian, Mississippi. It will be Spencer Hughes. And in the C6 car out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, the Zippy Auto Sales CFR Race Parts Rocket for Oakley Johns. Spencer Hughes, 9th quick at 14.139. Oakley Johns, 5th quick, 13.900. And his car quits on lap number 2. That did not sound good at all. Spencer Hughes quicker on lap 2 at 14.105. He'll be 9th quick. Oakley Johns, lap 1, 13.900. Then it coughed and sputtered and tried to clear its throat and shut off. He's okay. Debris on the speedway, a drive shaft coming unglued from the C6 car. You can have the fastest motor in the pit area, and it doesn't matter if you can't hook it up to the rear tires. That's what that white thing does. It's laying somewhere out on the racetrack. There it is, little white speck out there. That's what's left of the drive shaft. And I tell you, these race parts people do yeoman's work. Those things are designed to disintegrate when they come apart to protect the driver from being injured, because that drive shaft runs right past their right elbow in those race cars. So you definitely do not want to end up with a drive shaft in your lap when it comes apart. So they're designed to disintegrate. So those are little white pieces they were picking up on the racetrack. So they will get the C6 car up on the hook. Apparently it broke at the front, so they can't push it because that'll dig it into the clay racing surface. So they'll pick it up and drag it back to the pit area, and hopefully they've got a spare drive shaft ready to go for Oakley Johns, because he'll have a good seat for heat race action tonight with a 5th fastest time of 13.900 seconds. Right now, Ethan Dotson, your quick qualifier at 13.485. Dale McDowell, second quick, 13.498. Third quick, Zach Mitchell, 13.609. TJ Britton, 4th fastest at 13.843 seconds. Spencer Hughes did get both of his qualifying laps in. He was quicker on lap 2 at 14.105, 9th fastest. So one more car yet to qualify. That'll be the 10H of Caden Honeycutt out of Bridge City, Texas. He'll be coming out for a solo run. As we see, those of you watching on huntthefront.tv, Oakley Johns got the helmet off, takes off the Hans device. Getting ready to climb out of the C6 car. He may just stay in the car for the ride back to the pit area. You see the Talladega short track crew getting that car hooked up. Record driver puts the winch to it and brings it up off the ground. They look at that drive shaft to make sure that it's going to clear the racetrack. It does have a loop in about the middle of the frame to keep it in place. So they want to make sure what's left of that drive shaft not going to drag on the racing surface and cause any further damage to the rear end assembly of that car. There you can see what's left. Like the drive shaft. Might have got one of the suspension bars. One of the Hunt the Front officials, boy, his wife's going to be sore at him getting that pretty uniform dirty. They're going to bungee cord the drive shaft up out of the way. There you see the drive shaft. That's what he's working on. If you're watching on huntthefront.tv, and you can see that on the big screen here at the track at Victory Lane. So, yeoman's work from the Hunt the Front crew. Get that guy a clean shirt. And Oakley Johns up in the air. Everything's secure. He'll head back to the pit area. Good work by our camera crew. Getting right in there where you can see what's going on underneath that race car. Giving us a peek of what we're talking about. Race fans and those of you watching around the world, how about a nice round of applause for our camera crew and our technical staff with HuntTheFront.tv. They do a great job bringing the action to you here at the track and into your living rooms around the world. I've been doing TV since the 1990s, and this is one of the best crews that I have ever worked with in short track racing. So some of them you see out here working the cameras, and you see some of us on the microphones talking to you. But I'm telling you, there's about a group of about 6 guys in the trailer down behind the grandstand that you don't see that make the magic happen. Guys, we appreciate you. They got here bright and early yesterday. It took them 8 hours to get everything set up. And I'm telling you, the announcer's booth up here is just chock full of equipment. They almost forgot we needed some room, too. Final qualifier on the speedway, the 10H out of Bridge City, Texas. This is Hayden Honeycutt. He rode around Talladega Super Speedway yesterday in the Craftsman Truck Series. Let's see what he does on lap 1. Hey, not bad. 4th quick. 13.654 on lap 1. Not as good on lap 2, but boy, he put an impressive lap in. He'll get a pole position, I believe, for one of our heat races. 4th quick at 13.654 for Caden Honeycutt out of Bridge City, Texas in the 10H. Fast qualifier in Group B. How about a nice round of applause for last night's winner, looking to make it 2 in a row tonight, the defending champion of our Saturday NASCAR weekend event with a time of 13.485 out of Bakersfield, California, Ethan Dotson. Our fast qualifier overall for the second night in a row out of Evans, Georgia, big sexy Brandon Overton out of Group A at 13.461 seconds. There you see Dotson on his fast flyer. This is his second lap.